everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday and I'm here today with another video. Today I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. I got some other content that I need to bring to you guys. I had talked about relationships, the narcissistic relationship. I'm bringing those videos to you guys, but I decided to record them over. I felt like I did too much sharing in one of the videos, so I need to record it again. But they are coming, so if you're staying tuned for that, they're coming. But today I want to talk about just how we feel about ourselves. Do you feel that you are successful in life? And if you're not, what are your reasons for feeling like you're not successful? You know, I think one of the major reasons that we look at ourselves and we feel like we're not doing well in life is because we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I was talking about things that I wanted to do in my life. And I think that often we compare what we want to do with what other people are doing, and I think that's one of the reasons why we feel that we're not being successful. So let's talk about that a little bit. I'm gonna be real and raw on a lot of videos this year. And I was telling one of my friends, I said, my YouTube platform is changing. I think that it's evolving because I'm constantly losing viewers and I'm gaining new viewers because I think I have evolved past a lot of things. And that's just life. Evolution is life. And if you're not evolving, you're not growing. So in life, you'll lose people. Because if you get to another area of your life and they're not where you are, oftentimes those people will fall off. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the evolution of this channel because I think I want to take it in a different direction now. I want to talk about, be more open, I should say, with my thoughts. Sometimes I kind of censor what I want to say for fear that it will offend people or it may not resonate in a way. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay, because everything that we see on this platform is not going to resonate with us. You know, we pick and choose what we want to watch. But I think where I'm going in my life is calling me to be more open about my thoughts, open about situations that I experience, and hopefully in sharing those experiences and showing you how I grow through them, it'll help you. So if you're interested, keep watching, girl. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. If you're new over here on this platform, let me say thank you for coming through today. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you will hear something today that will inspire you or that will motivate you to make some changes in your life or make you want to view my channel more, so much so that you would decide to subscribe. And you can do that now by hitting that subscribe button under the video. And for all of those that continue to return every week, let me say thank you. I appreciate you more than I can express here. But I want to talk a little bit about being successful, because when you get to this age of life, you want to feel that you have succeeded in life, or you're doing those things that you had planned for yourself. And oftentimes a lot of us are not there even at this point of life, because life can throw you curveballs. Life can change on a dime. You can lose things, you know, because, you know, just because you get to an area of life where you're doing well or whatever you perceive as being well doesn't mean you can't lose it all. Life is always changing and evolving. You could be hit with an illness, a death in your family that takes away a substantial income. You know, many things can happen to you at this phase of life. You know, when you're young, you're still growing, you feel like you still have time. But when you reach 50 and older, you feel like you need to be where you need to be, because you feel like, okay, I don't have a whole lot of time left, so I need to have all those things that I need to have. And we're looking around and we're comparing ourselves, a lot of us, not all of us, are comparing ourselves to what other people have. And if we don't have those things, we often feel that we have not succeeded in life. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I had thought that, I used to think like that when I was younger, probably in my 40s, because I was thinking that to be successful meant you had to have this big house, you had to have this big car, or luxury car, or your bank account had to look a certain way. But in growing and meeting people, I found out that money is not everything to everybody. Some people just want to live out their purpose. Some people have a desire to live very simple, and it's not always about dollars and cents or material possessions. And I think that's what we, as a whole, we need to get to the point where we understand you can't look at someone and judge them and say they're not doing well. Oftentimes, people look at people over in different countries and what they call third world countries, and we'll look at the way people live, especially when you see people living in villages or living in a more humble manner in comparison to where you're living in this nice 3, 4, 5 or 3,000 square or 4,000 square foot house, and maybe they're living in a house that was made with mud or whatever. And we often judge them and say, oh my gosh, they're not doing well, they're poor, or they're in poverty. And then you go there, and I've seen a lot of videos where people go there and these people own acres and acres of land. They have cattle and they're building, and it's just the lifestyle that they chose to live. So you're judging them based on what you have or what you see a lot of society have, and you figure that because it doesn't look the same, that means they're not succeeding in life. And that's a falsity. It's a new word I got. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why people often do that, why they compare themselves to other people. Hopefully this will be helpful to you. I believe that one of the reasons that we compare ourselves to other people is because we've been taught that success looks a certain way, which I've just explained. We think success means money. We think success means things. And that's one of the number one reasons why, if you see someone that doesn't have as much, that we often feel that they're not succeeding because they don't have what you see the masses have. Because we often look at a millionaire or a billionaire as successful, and that is successful in their right. But it doesn't mean that's what success is for everybody. And that's what we have to unlearn, that success means money to everybody. And that means you're successful if you have money. Sometimes it's just the simple things of life, as I stated before. So that's number 1. Number 2, I think we often don't feel confident in what, the path that we have chosen. So we often choose a path, and because it doesn't look the same, or maybe it's not producing a lot, and we're not confident in that. I thought about myself when I decided to downsize my home. When I was married, as I shared in a video I think before, I had a very nice house at one time when I was married. It's about 3,000 square feet, and it was on an acre of land. So for me, for a lot of people, who would have seen the house, and I did a lot of remodeling, made it beautiful, people would look at that and say, oh, she's doing great. We had 3 cars, and that looks on the outside as someone who has succeeded. But when I divorced, I made a decision that I didn't want to have so much, that I felt that I could live more simple, because my children had become adults and they were taking care of themselves, so I didn't need as much. I felt that I didn't need as much. But to someone else, they may look at that and say, oh my gosh, she's not doing well. She's living in a 1-bedroom apartment or condo or whatever, and she's not doing great. But success means something different to me than it means to you. So we have to be confident in the choices that we make for ourselves, and make sure that's something you want to do, and make sure it's the right reasons you're doing it, and you're not doing it for anybody else. Number 3, we constantly feel like we're behind, and we feel like other people know more than we do. They must know something that we don't know. You know, I love real estate, and that's why I'm taking the real estate class. And so a lot of my videos that I watch, I spend endless hours watching videos of South Florida homes, retirement communities, and all of these nice homes. Some of them are $500,000 to even up to $2 million homes. I just like doing this, a hobby of mine. I like looking at the floor plans and all of the hardware they use, and you know, the ceilings with the tray ceilings and the lightings, and you know, the way that they construct the bedroom and the architecture of it and the pools. And I like looking at all of that. That's just like something that, you know, I really enjoy doing. So I watch those videos a lot. And so when we see people who actually live that way, we feel like, oh my gosh, they cornered the market because they know something we don't know to be able to have that. And it's hard to live in a society where money is at the forefront of everything. Money is, that's what it's about. But you know what I've learned as I've gotten older, that my happiness, my peace is more important to me than what I own. Now, it may be different for you, but that's for me. And I think everybody should do a self-analysis and to really be honest with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you need to make you feel like you've succeeded in life and that you are at your happiest, and that you're living in the way that you want to live? Which goes into number 4, we need to take a step back and put things in perspective and ask yourself truly, why do you want things? Do you want it for yourself? Or do you want it so other people can look at you and say, she's doing well? That's that thing they used to say that, you know, we're trying to keep up with the Joneses, because we want other people to view us as if we're doing well. You know, they often said in the African American community, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I know people who don't have much, and but they're gonna make sure they dress well. They're gonna make sure they have the most expensive shoes, the most expensive clothes, designer clothing, and all of that. And oftentimes they looking good, smelling good, but they can't afford to pay their rent. That mentality came about because the way people view you oftentimes means success. So if you're looking like you $1 million, people are gonna think that. And that's a mindset that we need to think about and change, because it's not so important really about looking successful than feeling successful. And that comes about when you decide and choose to do those things just for you and what it is that you need to make you feel good in however you're choosing to live. You know, I work with a lot of my clients that come into the bank with me are multi-millionaires, and they're my friends, you know, in a work environment. But when they walk in the bank, sometimes you would not know that these people have the money they have based on the way that they dress. Sometimes they have on some old tennis shoes that are dirty, some khaki pants, a polo shirt, and they come in there and you would think, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not necessarily saying you would say that they were poor, but to look at them, you wouldn't know that they multi-millionaires. And I have a conversation one time with one of my clients, and he told me where he lived, and I was like, wow, that's a nice community. So I Google mapped his home based on the address. Guys, when I saw that house, I was floored, because based on the way he dressed, you would not think in our humble minds, simple minds, that this man owned that home. So what does success mean to you, and what does it take for you to feel that way? And finally, I want to say this. I don't think we practice enough gratitude. Gratitude and appreciation for every little milestone that we get to. I know sometimes it takes some of us longer than others to get to where we want to be. I've had setback after setback after setback after setback. Can I say after setback after setback? I can say that probably 10 more times. But every time I take a positive step in the direction of where I want to go, I have learned to celebrate that success And it might not even look big to you or anybody else in my life. But for me, it's an accomplishment. So I think we need to learn the art of gratitude and be appreciative of where we are. Sometimes we're looking around and we're saying to ourselves, man, I wish I had that, I wish I had that. Rather than just saying, man, I appreciate where I'm at right now. Because I think once you learn the art of gratitude and appreciation for the things that you have already accomplished, no matter how small they are, that puts you on the road to succeeding. Because you definitely, I don't think, can learn to have success until you learn to appreciate the journey. That's what I wanted to share today. So I hope that you all will have an amazing day. Have a great weekend. Thinking about doing a live video. I know I've said that so many times, but I may do it tomorrow. Don't hold me to it, but I think I may do it tomorrow on Sunday. And we'll see. I'm not going to tell you for sure. I'm just going to jump in there. And whoever's on will view it. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about relationships. All right. So thank you for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to thumbs up. And make sure you help my videos to trend so that I can stay on YouTube trending with the other videos. I've worked hard on this platform and I want to put out a word, a message that will help encourage us and inspire us to live our best lives. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love. See you real soon.